Welcome to your weekend focus for December the 23rd and 24th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I send it right back to you. Now, let's see here. We have the Sun in Capricorn. We have the Moon pretty well for the Saturday and Sunday in Pisces. Well, with the Tower is the first card. Yikes. Do we feel our walls? Do we see our walls coming down around us? Are we facing the reality of where we want to go, who we want to become, the goals we want to meet in our life, the things we want to manifest in our life? I don't get this as negative energy or things are falling down around us unless we are in a decision making of what's going to be going forward. And so we have to let go of the past. We have to think in a new way, act in a new way, maybe change our routines, maybe change our priorities, our focus. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. We have been strategizing. We have been trying to figure it out. We have been taking things away and putting other things in. We've been mixing it up. We've been questioning our focus, our desires, our wants, our values. And we've discarded now what we truly don't need going forward. And there's probably more that we could let go of. But we've got things in balance, or we're feeling this weekend like things are in balance, that we have control over it. Nine of Wands. I love the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says you have walked the paths to give you the wisdom to go forward on the new path. The sun is rising behind you. You hold that wand out in front of you. You're wearing red for your courage, for your strength. Embracing your unique abilities, talents, who you are. Knowing that you deserve. Those lessons behind you have taught you just that. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Knights usually bring in messages for us, and this is about our abundance. So pay attention to the clues that you get from God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, source. Pay attention to the things that pop into your mind out of seemingly nowhere. Pay attention to the things that are introduced to you. Pay attention to the things that catch your eye. This could definitely be news for opportunities coming your way. And Temperance. Temperance is feeling the balance. We're feeling the balance this weekend. We're feeling the happiness, the joy. We feel balance. And it's a mind-spirit balance. Like it's working together. Like we have enough of tapping into our wisdom, our higher wisdom, to make decisions, to make choices in our life right now. And also our intuition is very strong. So we have the best of both worlds. So we start with the Tower, we end with the Temperance. So the more that we face the walls that need to come down, the things that need to be left in yesterday, so long as we are being honest with ourselves. We must have a 7 in the numerology. Let's see here. December is a 3. And then we have 23, which is a 5. So that's 8, and 1 is 9. So no, we don't. But the 9 is the endings. The tearing down of those walls. Saying, I don't need that kind of protection or fear in my life anymore. I don't need to be fearful of that. There's nothing to be fearful of. I have the ability. I have the talent. I have the strength. I have the determination. I have the support. I have the love around me. And if I don't have any of those things, I know that it will show up on my path because I've made the decision to myself now. I've made that commitment to myself. So we could really be looking at our commitments. Remember, Mercury is now going direct. Thank goodness. I had my, let's see here, I had the keyboard go, I had the mouse go, my camera went, my mic went. One day my actual computer wasn't working right, it was glitchy. My Fitbit crashed. So thank goodness we are in forward motion now. It was a ride this time for me. So Mercury is going forward now in Sagittarius. And we're running through gathering the information of our highest wisdom. Because that's part of Sag, is the highest wisdom. It's the intellect, it's the learning, it's the craving of wanting to learn. It's the adventure. So we're going to feel like we want to go on the adventure. We're going to feel like we want to step forward. We're going to want to master that plan. Although I don't see us writing too much, I see us kind of going forward, but paying attention to our environment. And remember, when Mercury, anything that goes retrograde, okay, and it doesn't really go retrograde, it perceives, it gets close enough to the Earth to perceive that it's going retrograde, that it's going backwards. But it's a time for us to really step over some path, that part of the path that we've walked, in order to gain knowledge, in order to gain wisdom, in order to understand where we should have said no, or we should have said yes, or we should have done something, or maybe we shouldn't have. And now we're walking back over that same path, very much like a pendulum. And remember, a pendulum swings up and then it holds a little bit and then swings back down, so we will be gaining speed and going through Sag. So don't feel that you have to do everything, get everything, all your ducks in a row this very weekend. You have time. You have time to learn, to grow. But I think a lot of it we've already done. We're on our way to the castle now, to what we want to manifest, our goals, our dreams. We have left some things behind. I see another thing falling, though. One of those ones kind of sticks down a little bit, might be slipping out. Might be something else that we need to let go of, but we're not quite there yet. It'll come, don't worry. 9 of Wands right in the middle, and we have, 2 Wands here and a Pentacle. So it is about owning your knowledge, owning the path that you have walked. And it might have been good, it might have been bad, it might have been ugly, it might have been full of chaos or tears, it might have been full of happiness and joy, but it's taught you lessons. It's given you wisdom. You are surer now than you were before of what you don't want in your life and perhaps what you do want in your life. And you're ready to go forward. We're taking the first step forward here. So don't be surprised if you're stepping into something this weekend. 9 of Pentacles, he brings the messages, and he's bringing messages about our abundance, about our wealth. Now, what is abundance to you? You have to ask yourself that question, because my definition of abundance was probably very different from yours. Similar in certain parts, but it's unique to me, and it's unique to you. Is it a happy family? Is it the bills paid? Is it that raise, that promotion? Is it stepping into an opportunity to travel or to learn? Is it your health and well-being? Is it feeling grounded and being able to stay in the now and staying positive all the time? Most times. And it looks like the sun is so bright That the sky is actually, it goes to a dark yellow. So there's a godlike energy here. There's a deer in the background. And one superstition, the four-leaf clover brings you money. When you see a deer, wish for $1 million. So get ready when I hold this card up in the future, because I think that counts. It's the deer. And then we have temperance. $14. The adventure, right? Grounded into your own independence of what you can do. We've mastered that this year. We have learned what we are capable of, what we are deserving of. We have learned more about our independence. We have learned where we have wanted to step forward in some new path, to be the pioneer, to be the entrepreneur, perhaps. To act for your own value rather than somebody else's. And we'll be going into 2018, which is going to bring us a whole different kind of energy. But it's going to be one, I think, that really strengthens us with the 11. It shows us where we can lean on people and not perceive ourselves as weak, dependent. Anyways, that's a whole other video, so we won't go there. The rainbow's out. We're feeling good. We're feeling balanced. Let's get an affirmation card or two for this weekend. So I think it's very beautiful, positive energy if we decide to step into it. The Tower in the first position, that worried me. Held my breath a little bit on that one, but I think it's things we need to let go of. And I believe that we are seeing it. We have the clarity of it, the understanding of it. We may not still be happy about it, but we know it's for our greater good. Or we suspect it highly. The King of Fire. The King of Fire appears. Spiritual influencer, creative inspired leadership. And the moon is in Pisces, so that's a very spiritual, deep, intuitive section of the sky for us. To really tap into our intuition, to talk to God, our angels, our spirit guides, source. When I am aligned with spirit, I am a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they might aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? So, how can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid, without saying, well, it's got to manifest in this exact manner or it's not going to manifest? So, you don't need to win the lottery. You need to pay the bills. So ask for your bills to be paid on a continuous basis. You don't want to live in the apartment, you want to live in the house. So ask for the house. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? How big is the kitchen? Is there a family area? Is there a library? Is there a greenhouse? Is there an indoor pool? Is there an outdoor pool? What's the landscaping look like? Don't worry. That house will exist somewhere. Trust me on that one. That house will exist somewhere. And it'll be perfect. But it may not be in the neighborhood you thought it was going to be in. Or it may not have the acreage you thought. Or it might be a two-story instead of a one. And you might not buy it, you might inherit it. You might run across an ad for it and it's a decent price. So there's many ways of getting to the goal. Do not become short-sighted in thinking there's only one way forward, one path to lead to that house, that career, that stature, that health and well-being. The way will find you, so long as you're willing to keep stepping forward. Let's do another. Nine of Air is back. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't it? This has got to be the Pisces energy of just, I see her floating to the sky with the messages all around. Shifting negative talk to self-compassion, from fear of possibility, a call of faith. With a gentle voice, I tell myself that I will be okay, that I am okay, and that any fear is merely false evidence appearing as real. I forgive myself because I know I am human, trying the best I can, and need only to call on Spirit to remember that I can and will do better as new possibilities begin to gather on my horizons. So know that the new possibilities are all those doves around you. Know that you are protected. I will be okay. I am okay. I'm better than okay. Any fear is merely false evidence appearing as real. It's like the fear of spiders. Well, most spiders won't harm you, and you're a lot bigger than a spider. And there's so many fears out there. And fears that we don't even realize that we have because they're ingrained upon us, because we learned them as toddlers. The fear of speaking up, because you always got yelled at for speaking up. So what are those hidden fears? Because it's an illusion most times. We have good fears too, fears that keep us safe, like the fire's hot, so don't touch the stove when it's on. Look both ways before crossing a street, for fear of losing your life crossing the street. So there's good things, but our imagination plays a major role. Fears come in, if you are about my age and you watch Jaws, maybe you don't feel so safe when you step into the ocean. But really, you're perfectly safe probably stepping into an ocean. But those little fears come in. Those things we attach ourselves to, because it has usually an emotion behind it. So you're watching a movie, you see something tragic happen. You hear a horrifying story. Let's get an animal card. Find your identity. The little raccoon jumps out. Well, I guess it's find your identity with the raccoon. Hiding, mirror, right, and destiny. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Raccoon tells you we're hiding from your true self. We often lose our identity. It can be connected to career, love relationships, even friendships. Relationships are a mirror of who you are at the time. If your self-esteem is low and sad, you will attract the same. On the outside, the person or situation may be perceived as the life of the party, but inside they are crying with confusion. It's never good to create relationships out of illusions and treat them as a patch or a quick fix for what you don't have in your life. They are supposed to be a complement to who you are and help you grow, both of you, or all of you, if taking it in the context of friends, co-workers, or career. Now that doesn't mean you hermit yourself away. It means that you need to work to heal yourself and become the person that you want to be. Be the person that you want in your life. No matter what disappointment you've had in your life, you cannot forget to celebrate who you are. When that job promotion doesn't come through or the person you hoped was the love of your life just leaves, it's easy to get caught up in the negativity and despair, but it means that you aren't in the right spot in your life to attract what you want. So take the time to change that. Take the time to change that. I'm losing my voice here. Take the time to change that. It's so important that we don't rush through this energy. I'm just going to grab a little sip of water. My apologies, but it helped. So I lost raccoon here and I wanted to go back on it. So by taking your time, by paying attention to things, by finding out what you truly want in life, by allowing yourself to step into what you truly want in life, we find ourselves. We find the happiness, the joy, the peace of mind. And this weekend is a strong indication that we will find our balance, our feel in balance, that we're making some decisions, that we're strengthening our stance, that we're strengthening our stance. And we are looking forward to the path ahead. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.